took me a while to figure out the name because I started out thinking, well, I can call it Cars for Crooks. And then I thought, well, that's not very good. Or I can call it Cars for Cons, but that won't work.
Yeah.
And then I thought, Cars for Jesus. And Jesus spoke to me and said, I don't need a car.
We aren't just a video production company. We are business solution-driven creatives. And this is More Than Meets the Eye.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of More Than Meets the Eye podcast, where we talk about what's behind a person, a practice, or a product, especially if you're in the marketing space, because we're business solution-driven creatives. And I'm Jared Taylor. I've got my coffee, and I want to welcome you to JT Visuals, and that's spelled without the I because there's more than meets the eye. So welcome to the podcast. I have the absolute best guests possible to be here with us. I got my grandpa and my grandma, and you both have been huge inspirations in my life. And without you, I wouldn't be here.
That's for sure.
So thank you for being here. And the title of this episode is me trying to explain to my grandparents what I do for a living. It would be fun to try to see, maybe you already understand, but more of what is podcasting? How do we make money from it? Any questions you have, any life experience, we're free to talk about anything.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but what if you didn't have to hunt for your next client? What if there's a way that you could spend less than 3 hours per month, even as a busy entrepreneur, and start attracting your ideal clients so that they come to you rather than you have to always go to them? You could be the best of your industry, but we want to make you the best known. And you can get started on this for free on our website. Go to jtvisuals.com and look for our ideal client profile generator. We've trained AI to come up with who you should reach out to and who you need to become to be that go-to expert of your industry and city. So what are you waiting for? Go to jtvisuals.com. That's jtvsuals.com, jtvsuals.com, and get started today.
Grandpa, would you like to introduce yourself? Give us a 10,000-foot view of who you are.
Who I am?
Yeah.
I'm Wayne Henry. I was born at a very early age, trapped in a woman's body for 9 months. And when I was born, I was so startled that I couldn't talk or walk for several months.
You had that too? I had that. Well, that actually explains who you are, though. The jokester here.
Hey, let me share something with you. Our first great-granddaughter got married last Saturday. Shyla, Christina's girl.
That's our first one.
But I've said that to say weddings are different. There was a whole lot of dancing going on, hollering, yelling. And I told them, if Grandma and I would have danced at our wedding, your great-grandpa Jennings would have annulled the wedding, and there would be none of you here.
That's what he told them.
So not dancing saved us all.
Yes.
Okay, I'm tracking.
Created y'all.
Well, there's dancing later.
Yeah. There's plenty of it now.
Private dancing. Mm-hmm. Grandma, all right. Mm-hmm. Give us a little insight on who you are. How did you and Grandpa meet?
Okay, that's a long story, but we were right out of high school.
Smoke break.
And we both worked at National Bellis Hess, which is a catalog retail company. Huh. And we were order fillers. And he was in the department next to mine. And we had a break to go out on the dock and take 15 minutes break. He saw me. I did not see him. He asked the girl that he worked with if she would introduce me to him. So she brought him over to where I worked and introduced him. He said, "Can I take you home? Because I live in Turner, not very far from your house." I said, "Absolutely not. My mother would not allow that." And so he didn't give up. He asked me again the next week, and I said, well, I talked to my mom about it, and she said, if your cousin goes with you, which she had started working there also, then he can bring you home. So he got to bring me home the next week, and it was history after that.
Of course, you found a way.
Yeah, he found a way to get me home. But tragically, I left my purse in his car, so that gave him an excuse to come back and get me.
Okay, now can we reveal the truth? Did you take her purse so she would come back? Or did she actually leave it?
No,
No.
but it wasn't her purse. It was her
Oh, it was my
cousin's
cousin's. That's
purse
right.
that was left in the car.
That's true. I forgot.
Now, did she do it on purpose? Because she
No,
saw the
No.
zing.
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought, Grandpa, the story you told me was a little different.
Really?
Yeah, you said you met her on your smoke break.
Yeah,
Well,
but he didn't
that's-
smoke.
That's
That's
what
what they called it.
Yeah.
They had a 15-minute break in the morning, 15-minute in the afternoon. There was a smoke break. We went out on the dock, and neither one of us smoked.
Glad you took those smoke breaks even though you didn't smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. We're in the JT Visual studio, and there are people that are listening to us who are on the fence about starting to market themselves online. From your perspective, for a business, because Grandpa has business experience, and Grandma, don't downplay the roles that you've played when starting all the businesses and stuff with Grandpa. So I want to get into that. But from your perspective right now, how important do you feel it is to have a message to get out there so people can find you? And do you think social media helps businesses?
I believe it's marketing, period, whichever way you choose to go with your marketing. But you've got to be able to market. Our church ministers to the Tipton Correctional Institution in Tipton, Missouri. Well, as of right now, we've had 2 prisoners that have not only finished their sentence, but they also accepted Christ
Oh,
as their personal Savior.
that's awesome.
The ministry of Tipton is a lot larger than our church even had a vision for.
Wow.
And so Grandpa had an old car sitting around. I said, well, I'll just give that to one of the prisoners. I mean, they turn them out the gate and tell them they got to get a job and you got to be productive and everything, but you're barefooted. So figure out how you're going to get around. Well, obviously nowadays hitchhiking doesn't work like it used to. Anyway, I prayed about it, promised the car to the first guy that got out of prison. And through that, I've started a ministry called Cars from Christ.
Oh,
And we're trying to raise enough cars. We want to be able to give them a car, license the car, insure the car for 6 months
wow.
to help them get on their feet.
That's awesome.
So as of Sunday, I had the promise of 3 cars for sure and a possible 4th car with strictly telling people about the ministry. So I've got to figure out how to market myself.
Wow.
Yeah, we're looking for even vans because they really need a van. Because the guy the first prisoner that got out is kind of overseeing everything else. There was a kid that was also in prison that came out and started the home, which is kind of like a halfway house. And they started a home for all of the prisoners, and they can only have like 7 prisoners. Well, in January, we've already got 3 that'll be coming out of the Tipton ministry. So we're looking for a van that they can
Short bus.
Yeah.
something that they can bring people to church. So
there's a lot of people in need,
yes, for that
And-
kind of thing.
and there's no means to provide the need, right?
Right.
Right.
So
So
how
we're marketing that need
Okay.
right now.
awesome. Well, let's get a plan together right now. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to help at all. Like maybe there's something you didn't think of, or I don't know. So I'm thinking of, is it this one area first?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And you felt called by God
Yes.
through that area. So there's a connection there.
It took me a while to figure out the name because I started out thinking, well, I can call it Cars for Crooks. And then I thought, well, that's not very good. Or I can call it Cars for Cons, but that won't work.
Yeah.
And then I thought, Cars for Jesus. And Jesus spoke to me and said, I don't need a car.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's how we came up with Cars from Christ.
That's awesome.
It doesn't have to end there. We've already had a lady come up to us and said,
My daughter
my
needs a car.
daughter's not a convict, but she needs a car. However far God takes it, that's how far we're willing to go.
You called it a ministry.
Yes.
Is it a nonprofit or
No.
going to be?
No, I don't want any of that. In the state of Missouri, you're allowed to gift your car to someone else, and that makes it sales tax exempt. I want the car to go from the giver to the receiver and not me. It's not about me.
Okay. Even better.
All we need is the finances, like, because we want to insure it for 6 months.
Tag it and
So
insure it.
we've got to get love gifts from people to help pay for the insurance and the tags on the car.
So you're literally the middleman of connecting
Yeah, we're just
givers with
We're just the
people in
product of-
need.
The conduit.
I think
Yeah,
we
we
have to
need-
be really careful too, because even the prisoner that we're working through right now that's out of jail, that's received Christ, just talked to us Sunday, and he says, we have to vet these guys. We just can't hand them over a car and say, here's your car, because we don't know what their life's going to be like from the time they get out of prison till whenever. But he said, we just got to have a vetting program and make sure that they're sincere and they want to, we're trying to get them in our church.
Okay.
And get them stabilized before they get a car.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all beginning stages being developed.
We're just
Yes.
not. It's
Okay.
only like 3 weeks old.
It's brand new
That's
to
cool.
all
I mean,
of
it's the
us.
first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
Like while recording, we can wait for that to develop a little more,
Yeah.
and then check back maybe. If someone is interested though,
Oh,
and they're hearing
absolutely.
this right now,
Yeah, and if they
they're
want to give away a car,
yeah, if they're a giver, what should they do?
they should contact Wayne,
We can funnel it,
or you can
so
funnel
we
it.
can like if they contact us, then
You can
we can
funnel it
push
through
them
us.
to you if we
Pass
feel
it
like
on.
they're serious.
Yeah. We've got to guard against.
We don't want junk
We don't want
cars.
to hand somebody a pair of keys and they're off to the drug house with a license tags and a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
We don't want to enable them. We want to be a blessing to them.
One of our core values is to live generously, so we're working on that as a business too,
Yeah.
and doing it as we go. And already we've been seeing God bless that. Have you seen that God is the best business partner in your life?
He's the only
Absolutely.
partner.
So I think we're like Rose and I, and then getting the team on board and everything. We've been kind of taking leaps of faith more than like sometimes you feel like the risk part of business where you got to take the first step before something can even possibly happen. But this has been more like, okay, we've seen some of those risks. Now, in a time where we feel like we don't have much, what can we give? And God's already blessing that right now. And it's so cool. It's so
Yeah.
cool to see. And we're very inspired by Chick-fil-A and their model.
Yes.
And so that's how we want to operate our business. Where like not everyone coming in to get a chicken needs to be a Christian. You know,
That's
we can
right.
serve them and be a good example and serve them real well. But everyone that works and that owns it and stuff need to have that example of Christ.
Yes.
And so that's our model too and what we've adopted.
There's a fine line between faith and foolishness. And you've got to figure out the fine
I'm like,
line.
what's the difference?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Faith ends up making a fool of what makes sense,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
And
Like, it calculates when it doesn't calculate What do you do?
Yeah.
You have faith.
If you can figure it out, it's not God. If you can't figure it out, if it don't make sense, then there's a good idea that God was in the middle of it.
I'm pushing on the clutch here, and we're changing gears. So I want to hear from you a little bit of your startup with the roofing company and any stories you have there. We want to like, more than meets the eye is like the story behind whatever it is. And I know that you and Uncle Stacy and now David, like they've had really good. It's a legacy.
4-generation company.
4-generation.
I taught my dad how to be a roofer, but he's still a part of the 4 generations. So it was my dad, myself, my oldest son Stacy, my grandson David, and soon to be my great-grandson Levi.
Which will be 5 generations.
Not many construction companies last that long.
So how did you start?
You want the truth?
Yeah, always. I don't want the fake answer.
Are you ready to put this over the air?
Are you ready? Okay.
I was the first dog catcher in the city of Shawnee, Kansas.
Dog catcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Animal control.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's a $65 word for dog catcher.
Okay.
So anyway, they fired me because I wasn't picking up the dogs on the school. Back
School
then,
ground.
the dogs would follow the kids to school, and the dogs would wait on the playground until they dismissed the kids from school. Then the dogs would follow the kids back home.
And that wasn't a dozen dogs. That was just a
No,
few.
just a couple. So they told me if I wasn't going to pick the dogs up, they was going to have to let me go. So I left there, and needless to say, I was pretty happy.
Wow.
When I lost my job as a dog catcher. So I left there, and I had a friend I went to church with that was a roofer, and I went to the job he was working on. I knew where he was working. And I said, I just got fired. Do you need anybody? And he said, well, I've only got 7 jobs in front of me, and when we finish them 7, I don't have any more work. So I went to work for him, and he always had 7 jobs in front of him. We never ran out of work.
But he was also a Christian.
Yes.
7.
So then in 1972, with your grandma, myself, and 3 children, I decided to leave the Santa Fe Railroad and move to Ankeny, Iowa to go to Bible college. So I was a wife, 3 kids, 28 years old, no job, and we moved. And a guy said to me, what are you going to do, Wayne, when you get there? I said, you know what? His name was Bill Parmerly. I said, Bill, you know, if God spoke the world into existence, surely he can speak me a job or 2. And up until my last heart attack, I'd been working still. At, 79 years old?
You were 80 when we quit.
Okay, so when you started that company, what was it? What'd you name it?
While I was in Bible college, I called my company Crown Roofing, off of Jesus Christ and his crown.
Okay. And then when did it change?
When I came to Kansas City. Well, for a while it was still Crown, but I just changed it.
When your dad took over.
Well, my dad come in to work with me, and I changed it to Henry Roofing Company.
So you started it,
yes.
But then your
Right.
dad joined. And then everyone probably thought at that point that your dad started it, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, that usually happens.
yes. I left the company. I always had a little bit, but in 1976, I took the church in Pleasant Hill, Missouri to pastor.
Yeah.
And
That was the church I was saved at.
Yeah. So my dad
Baptized. Yeah.
My dad run Henry Roofing Company in Kansas City, and I did a little bit on the side to supplement my income at church there.
Yeah. Because you usually need a lot of supplement.
Yeah. So we went to Pleasant Hill, and we were there 12 years.
And then you and Uncle Stacy, after it was Uncle Stacy, I know there was a crazy story. I don't know if you can share it. Essentially, someone robbed you guys, correct?
Oh, he got robbed.
He got robbed.
Or Uncle Stacy did?
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
me.
Okay. I thought it was the company.
He was working for the company, but he got robbed in his truck.
Yeah, he
With
cashed his check and
Cashed
was
his check and had it in his pocket.
in the wrong part of the wrong neighborhood at the wrong. Actually, it wasn't more than a half a block from our office.
Huh.
But it was not a good place to be in the middle of the night.
Well, it's still going today. Anyone that's listening or watching, and they'd be more than happy to help, correct?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Just say that you heard from this podcast about it, and then give
it's
Henry
Henry
Roofing.
Roofing and Construction,
Yeah,
I think
but
it
it's
is.
a cell phone.
Okay, you got the number?
David Henry Construction and Roofing Company, 1-816-786-8959.
And he's also into sheet metal, too.
Yeah.
That he's just started, so. And it's going strong. He's having to get another building to do another part of that. So
They fabricate their own now, right?
He went to all commercial just about.
That's awesome. They're doing so good. And you started that.
Yes.
Long time ago.
Well, God did. I didn't.
You answered.
Yeah.
He called, you answered. And then probably the other way as well.
That was the only way I could get a raise in life.
Dude, okay, I'm realizing this. This is so me now.
Yeah. Yes.
The only way I can take control of getting a raise or whatever, like I tried to get a job. I tried to work in marketing. I tried this and that and that. I did all the things. I didn't just apply. You know how people who are like crying because they didn't get a job somewhere and they never heard back, but all they did was fill out a paper.
Yeah.
They didn't call and they didn't visit. They didn't do all the things to make you show up and prove that you really want it or that you're a proactive person. And I think you got to do that. And I did that. And I impressed some people and they thought it was really cool that I showed up and they were there and I saw the space. I don't know. I'm kind of speculating, but I think that they saw how good I could be and maybe got a little worried. I don't know.
Scared him.
Yeah, because I would want to make things better and then probably end up being like one of the lead guys. And I don't know, maybe I wasn't on board with the vision, but I just wanted to do the job even though I was okay taking the lower pay and stuff. I just wanted consistency for my family. When we moved back from Africa, so many people started doing the I could see this in you conversation. And I had like several of those. Then it was the end of February of 2020. And I was like, okay, I'm going to apply for the LLC. And if you're thinking right in the timeline, last week of February 2020, what came right after that?
COVID.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Like the huge part of the shutdowns and everything. We were pretty much, this business was born inside that area of time. And I got like, leads were kind of easy because you could go to those sites like Thumbtack and you go to the websites that would just post people are looking for a videographer or this. And then I could go and I could do the job. But then when COVID hit, it was like there was no inquiries. It just wasn't happening because they were unsure about their businesses. But then I got one call and it was our church. And they're like, we have to get a message out there online. And they became the first retainer client.
That is cool.
Ever since then, we've been building on more longer term plans to help people really get their message out there so that they can market themselves and share, if they're a Christian, share the good news, share how they can help change people's lives just through that. And it's very daunting for business owners because you hear that they have to post 6 to 7 times a day. People struggle even posting once a month. But you need, like, the way the algorithms and stuff, if you want to market and get yourself out there, you're going to have to pay a lot of money or you're going to have to post a lot. A lot.
Well,
And it's hard.
Technology has changed so much, Jared, because when Grandpa started his business,
You see
there
what
was
I'm doing.
nothing, hardly. A phone and
Yeah.
his mouth and telling everybody
Word of
and
mouth.
other
Yep.
people telling other people. That we didn't hardly ever do any advertising.
One
and
year.
he kept He
1
kept
year
busy.
in the Yellow Pages.
1 year.
Oh, yeah?
That was all.
Did that work for you?
Yes.
Not really.
Well, he got more from.
It worked more for the snow plowing
Mm,
than it did the roofing business.
I got you.
Let me tell you a little story. I would always ask a customer, how'd you hear about me?
Good question.
So I went out to measure a roof, and I said to the guy, how'd you hear about me? And he said, well, I went to church Sunday and said, I need to get a roofer. And the guy said, well, call Henry Roofing Company. Then I went to work, and I said, I need to get a good roofer. And the guy said, call Henry Roofing Company. He said, and then I was talking to my neighbor, and my neighbor said, well, before I moved over here, I lived in Prairie Village, and I had Henry Roofing put my roof on. So he said, after 3 recommendations, I thought maybe I should call Henry Roofing.
Wow. Back then it was just 3.
Yeah.
Now it's like what?
Yeah.
We've been saying it takes 7 to 12 touch points. We've been saying that for years, and nobody has thought about updating that. And I know it's got to be more.
Yeah.
Because with digital marketing, you're so right. It's all changed.
It's all changed.
And word of mouth never did change, though.
Yeah.
It's all still the same. And with digital, you have to fight against all the other people, and so it gets very saturated. And then that's what can make it difficult. But what I've learned is it's not an either or. It's not, is it word of mouth or digital? When you actually combine both, it amplifies word of mouth,
Right.
which is cool. Like, and you can use strategies, which we always promote. This is if you have like a show like this or something, you can invite a potential customer to be here, and they get a really good experience. Or you can also invite existing customers, and they can share their testimony and record it, and that can be blasted out.
Yeah.
As well as they're hitting share to their family. Look, I was on this. Look, I was on this. They hear the other word of mouth from people in the area as well, and it just works so much faster.
We had a hailstorm come through the Kansas City area, and I did Buyer Beware with news anchor Brenda Washington on Channel 9,
Oh, yeah?
and I had probably 3 minutes of coverage, and years later people were saying, hey, I saw you on the news that day.
Wow. Nice.
You know, it just blew my mind how much coverage I got from that little segment on the news that day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now there's been a paradigm shift, and this is what I try to get really good at, and I do think I'm decent at it, is studying how humans behave and where their attention goes. Because where the attention is the best place to market or share a message. And right now, like, you know that song, Video Killed the Radio Star? Have you ever heard that?
No.
There's a song about it, but it's like once TV came out, it was like the radio star
Yeah.
didn't mean as much.
Yeah.
Given your experience of life, how far down like those changes have you been? Because you've been from radio
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
to TV,
Yeah, back in the 50s.
and then now it's social media. Now if there's commercials on TV, even if you're watching sports, where does the attention go?
Click.
Back to the phone or like clicking on, like nobody watches commercials anymore. So they're not as effective actually.
They hate commercials.
They're not as
today.
effective.
Yeah.
You got to put it where the attention is.
Yeah.
So social media is still here, but now we're in the new paradigm shift of technology, AI. Can we walk through your thoughts and all of that of radio? What was it like for radio without TV?
Well,
I think your imagination
Yes.
was better as kids growing up because we didn't see things, we heard things. And we would listen to stories on the radio. We would get more out of it, I think, than you do a television show. And things back then was so much easier than they are today. They have so much wickedness and bad bad stuff today that gets in the minds of our kids and families, and we hate that part of social media. We hate that, but that's what the world's going to be like until Jesus comes.
So when you would did you ever hear ads on the radio?
Yes, they had ads on the
they
radio.
had 'em. But see, with the radio, you had a very active imagination.
Yeah.
Like my dad and mom would set me down at night right before I'd go to bed, and I would listen to the radio to a show called The Shadow. And you really had to use your imagination because he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. The Shadow.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we had a show called radio program, my wife will remember, Amos and Andy. You swore up and down it was a couple of black guys going at it on the radio, but it wasn't. There was two white guys that were making up the show to act like
How far did that show go?
long ways.
It
It went a long ways back then because everybody was grown up and adults. And then we went to the television, and what the television has done with advertisement is caused us not to think. We don't have to think. The gal that advertises the shower on TV, you don't have to wonder what it's going to look like. They show you what it's going to look like before you get it. Or the automobile. All you got to do is look at your advertisements for automobiles, and you know, so you don't have to think for yourself like you used to. It's too bad, really.
And you could argue on the radio when you're curious about what it looks like. That would get your foot in the door to prospect,
Correct.
to buy something, right?
Yes.
So then you were already at a closer buying stage.
Yeah.
And then TV, they show it, which probably didn't get as much feet in the door,
Right.
but it got higher qualified buyers because now they know what it looks like. And if they want to buy, they're more likely to buy than just window shop.
They're not tire kickers is what you call them.
Yeah,
That's
going
what
around, yeah.
Yeah, just go around kicking the tires, looking at cars.
And just imagining.
Yeah.
And then we had the internet. So when the internet came, remember dial-up? This is when I was born, was through dial-up.
Yeah.
Who's on the internet? I'm trying to use the phone. So what about like when the internet first came on, what was your first impressions? Like, email was a thing.
No,
I think we were scared of the internet
yeah.
when it first came out because we didn't grow up in that technology, and so we were older and didn't grasp it like the young people that's growing up with it now. We didn't grasp the concept. It just was tough for the older people, and it still is. There's still a lot of older people that hates the internet.
And I never changed any thought about it because I didn't like it then, and I didn't like it now, or I don't like it now. In the roofing business, we did have a computer, but we were not online. It was a glorified typewriter
Oh, yeah.
for contracts and stuff. We called our computer Fred. He is a fragile, ridiculous electronic device.
That's awesome.
And he still is.
Man, I can tell your creativity,
Oh, my goodness. The computers now and the technology now for the roofing company, I mean, they do the measuring of the roofs and everything on a computer. It's not like getting up on top of the roof and scaling the roof like he used to do.
And that's the good way to use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it ends up being a tool.
It's called Eagle Eye.
Eagle eye.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You can actually
Bird's eye view.
Yeah.
measure a roof.
Yeah. And use a drone.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard of that. It's cool. And then it saves so much time. You could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I'm out of the business.
Well, I mean, you were meant to be here during your time.
Right.
And you got it going. And then now it's just trust because it can get really bad. Social media and the internet.
Yeah.
It's because it's a tool and it can be used by humans. and it's going to amplify what the behaviors that are already inside of us and just draw it out faster and make it more accessible. But there's also really good people who can use it for good and make huge impact like never before. So it's kind of this strange setup, you know? And it's here, and technology always wins. You always see it come out, don't you?
It's love, hate.
Yeah, love, hate. And for me, and the vision of JT Visuals is that we help as many people on the good side as possible. So that when people are watching social media, we're not trying to get them to stay on social media forever. We're trying to get them to get up and take action to go and do something that's going to help them.
Yeah.
And we're also trying to get them to come to understanding, because there's a lot of things that if you just heard it or you were just aware about it, then it could transform your life. And so we focus on that the most and be the good side of social media. Everyone else calls it slop.
Right.
And now we're experiencing an even newer slop called AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're generating videos, and the videos look so real. They're fooling me.
Yeah, we've seen some.
Yeah.
So now we have to get very, very literate at even social media. And Lyric, my 9-year-old daughter, she's pretty good at identifying it, because I'll watch videos that are, which one is AI and one is not and one is. And it's so hard to tell, but she's good at it.
Yeah.
And we need people to be good at it so
Yeah.
we know what's real or not.
Right.
We just had Central Bank come out to our church, speak to our seniors about fraud.
And it was scary.
And-
What?
Honestly, Jared, it was kind of shoved on me. You need to do this. And then they said, you need to do this. And finally they said, you're doing this. So we had Central Bank come out, and they were excellent. They spoke an hour and a half. We could have had them for 3 hours, and they would have not got boring. But they're talking about the fraud and abuse that's going on
Wow.
in the world.
Yeah.
And they talk about people, how much that person about to lose?
$500,000.
$500,000.
Some has lost that much
And
money.
the banker caught it.
Whoa.
And of course,
Good for the
you don't
banker.
have to worry about Grandpa.
You don't have a
I
half a
ain't got
million.
$500,000 to lose. But it's more than you realize. And see, I don't have that problem with my flip phone. The only thing I have is I do get spam calls.
Yeah. They always find a way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a way to do that.
Everyone has their own level of it.
Yeah.
You can
But-
take anything good, though, and make it bad.
Yeah.
And so we have to have Jesus to guide us and keep our minds open to how we can do things good and not bad,
Yeah.
because it's out there.
Okay. This has been fantastic, and I love it. There's one thing that we haven't come around to yet that we need to hit on. So, another gear change here. I'm pushing the clutch. Here we go.
I didn't even know you could drive a stick.
I can. I learned it in Africa.
Oh,
Yeah. I actually, what's funny is, for being a tech person, I really enjoyed driving a manual.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in control. And I'm not saying I won't ever ride in one, but I won't buy a self-driving car. Or if I do, I'm not going to let it self-drive.
No.
right.
Not me. That'll have to be later. I don't know. There's one bug
Yeah.
in the software. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then again, would you trust all the computers over the humans? Because there's a lot of human idiots.
There is.
So I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I love manual. So I'm pushing the clutch here. How far do you understand what we do at JT Visuals? Because we haven't talked about a ton of it, but what do you think I
We'd
do
like
for
to
a
learn
living?
more about what you do.
But I want to hear your guess. What do you think I do for a living?
I don't know what you do exactly for a living, except take pictures and video people. So
Yeah.
you have to explain some of the things. How many's even working here in this big building?
That setup is confusing because we're in a co-working space. So there's several businesses. Our business is
Contained to
is like we have in here and then we'll subcontract. So we got a team of 3 consistent, and then we got 5 to 6 as needed. Do you listen to podcasts a lot?
What's a podcast?
Yeah, I do. Grandpa doesn't much.
Okay, so you do.
I do listen to some podcasts.
And when you listen to the podcast, where is it?
Well, it can be all over because I listen to Jack Hyles' podcast.
Okay.
I listen to mostly preachers.
Jack Hibbs.
Jack Hibbs, not Jack Hyles.
Okay.
I listen to Pastor Phil's
Yeah.
podcast.
Is that on YouTube?
I listen to
or is that
it's
The Well.
YouTube or The Well or
the
whatever.
podcast app? Or so you're going to like a website or
Right.
YouTube to listen to it? Okay. Yeah.
Since Grandma lost her eyes, I can't maneuver my phone like I used to. So
Yeah.
most everything is from YouTube that I pull
But you
up.
don't listen to any, or do you listen to?
I listen to hers. I what do they call it? Eavesdrop.
Yeah.
When I'm listening to it, he's listening to it.
And when
but-
you listen to him, it's Adam's drop.
Right. He's a TV guy. I'm not a TV gal.
You're
so,
a TV guy, but you're actually pretty modern.
Yeah.
How do you use your TV? Do you have cable?
No, I have a TV antenna.
We gave
And?
away
it.
all of that.
And
I got a TV antenna, and I can get more garbage on the antenna. So why pay for cable?
We quit cable
yeah,
when we moved. We quit. When I lost my eyes.
it's been several years too.
Yes.
I remember like we've been hooking it up together for some
Well,
time.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we've been there 6 years. This
6
month.
years already.
This month.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Where's that like?
If anything goes wrong, Jared, we have to call on somebody because we still
do you
don't
call?
know technology.
Who do you
Your
call?
dad.
Grandkids.
Oh, I thought I was the only one.
No.
Oh, we call your
Dang.
dad a lot.
We've called
Well, I
your
would love
dad.
to be called more.
We've called you. Well, right now you got to fix our phone because
Okay.
my brother-in-law drove it to Branson
Oh,
and he messed up the connection
She's
with
talking on the
putting our phone on the car.
Okay. To do the hands free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it quit working
Dang.
because they pushed too many wrong buttons
But this one.
because they don't know how to work it either.
Okay. I mean, that's normal actually.
Yeah,
So I hate that. But I'll learn it like when I need to.
right.
So Grandpa, you don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but you do watch YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
fishing for you to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have internet, but you hotspot from your phone
From our phone, from my phone.
Yeah.
to log in on your smart TV
Yeah.
and watch YouTube.
Right.
Do you watch YouTube more than antenna?
Well,
No,
probably not because
No.
we usually just hook up to YouTube on Sundays
Okay.
because Sunday afternoons we listen to several preachers and sometimes I'll get something on other than that.
Yeah.
But we'll watch a movie once in a while. They've got some good movies on YouTube.
Okay.
So we watch them, but
So the podcasts and the YouTube, combine that. That's what we do for businesses.
you
And
do that for other businesses.
For other businesses. So right now we have 9 shows pending. And once we cross 10, we'll be the largest known that's public about how many people they serve. We'll be the largest of Kansas City that we know of
Really?
after we cross 10.
So there's not that many of you guys doing it then.
It's
brand new.
Somewhat blue ocean. The way that we do it, it's blue ocean
Uh-huh.
because you can hire videographers and video companies, and they can film a podcast for you, or they can put you on YouTube. But to actually like run it the whole time and the whole way through, that's what we do. So we make it easy. If you were a client, all you have to do is what you did today. You walk in, you have a little bit of speaking points that you want to talk about, and you talk, and then you leave. And we put it on YouTube. We make the thumbnail, like the photo for it, so that people will feel like they want to click and watch it. And we title it, fill out the description for you. And then we take that long video and we cut it up into multiple pieces. and put that on all of the social media platforms.
So how
for
does that
businesses.
make you money? Do you charge them to
Yeah.
do this?
Yep.
So that's how you're making your money.
Yep. And then
And
they
you're
use it.
Actually, they're advertising their companies or
Yep.
whatever.
Because there's a lot of companies out there that are not caught up into the day and age we are today. And they're going to get so left behind because
I'm there.
whoever, we've been in the social media world for a long time that we could be like in the next 5 to 10 years into a new era of that as well. And people are just going to jump on board the social media train to help their business too late. So it's like, get in it now, and then we do it the easiest way possible so you can have a show and create an experience. Create testimonials by interviewing people.
Can people do this individually by themselves, though? Mm-hmm. I mean, they can do a YouTube movie in their own home.
They can.
And put it on.
Yep.
But you're doing it more professionally in your company.
Yep.
And I see.
Yep. So if it's a business, we usually serve them. But if it's like just personal gain, there's nothing behind it. And usually they can't afford us.
So how long does it stay on YouTube once you do it?
They keep it on YouTube forever.
Oh,
it's not just live. It's
forever.
posted.
They're advertising forever.
10 years down the road, we'll still have this video on there. And we can go back and watch it.
Didn't you do Brittany and Caleb?
I did do their wedding. That was when I was first starting.
No, I thought you did an advertisement.
On their company.
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah.
Virtual homes.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtue Homes. Yeah, they came in and they filmed in a studio before I was in here.
Yeah.
And it was actually in one of my apartment rooms. And we made it look like it wasn't an apartment room.
Right.
And it was a studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, they filmed some stuff in there. And what's cool about Caleb, I want to brag about him for a minute, is he fully supported what I was doing, and he would not let me discount.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I want to support you in what you're doing. And I've never had anybody do that before.
That's amazing.
So
That's a good brother.
yeah. He's the younger brother, but
Does this all go back to cops?
Yeah.
there could be cops that see it.
I was actually,
Yes, there could be cops that see it.
when you
could be.
guys were making all those videos back in the day.
Oh, like the show
Yeah.
cops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been
that's
there.
where it got. You were the one, though. Were you the one that did all the filming?
Yeah.
So that's what you went into. See, God started you out when you was just a kid.
Do you remember we would have the Christmas gatherings?
Oh, yeah.
And I would. There was like 1 or 2 years in a row when I would have a video and show everybody.
Yeah.
I remember those.
I loved it.
They were
I'd
dumb.
like
but-
we'd like to have a family get together and play some of those old ones again.
Oh man, I gotta find them.
Yeah.
We lost some of them.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about YouTube or like the newer digital age.
stays on.
It stays there as long as
Right.
they don't go down as a business.
Yeah.
Then it stays there, and it's so nice to not like, oh, I lost my mini DV tape or VHS or something. I love it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Very fun.
knowing what you know now, if there's a business out there considering doing a video podcast with us, and they're on the fence, what would you tell them?
I tell him to go for it because I think David should do this.
Ooh, David, let's go.
Because, I mean, he's growing so fast, Jared. His business is just blossoming. But this would just even make it even better, I think, for him. It would be a good advertisement for him forever. I think it would be good for him.
Yep.
And what would you say, Grandpa?
I think if they're on the fence, they better get off because if they fall, it's going to hurt.
We
Yeah.
can use that.
Yeah. They need to be,
Or it's an electrical fence and it's about to zap.
plugged in.
They got to go fast.
It should have already zapped them.
Get your
Yeah.
dad to do it.
I'm going to bring him on as a guest. Mm-hmm. So what we look for actually is seeing if a company is actually scalable first. Because while I would be happy to just hit record, we try to not just hit record for people.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's actually going to help their business. And if they're not ready to receive inquiries and calls or take on more work through it, then I don't want to do it. unless they insist.
Right.
They have to insist at that point.
Yeah.
Well,
But
he's so talented. Did you see their craft show they put on?
Oh, yeah. They're really good. And
Your dad is so talented with
I want to bring him on as a guest. They're going to come on in a couple weeks, and we'll talk about things. But he has to make sure he's decided that he would want to do that. Because you can't just do something.
Well, he's probably going to do that after he completely retires. He wants to do something because he's crafty.
My dad's already doing YouTube, too.
Yeah,
well.
I know he is.
He's getting paychecks from YouTube.
Yeah, I know. From being silly.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, yeah, it's cool. Definitely got a lot of things from him.
Do the people that advertise for you then on YouTube, do they get anything for people watching them? Do they get it?
So, like, the hard thing is back in the old day when you put up even today, you put up a billboard. How do you know you got business from the billboard?
You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
But you can look at the trends and see, hey, we've increased at about the time that we started doing this. And that's what you can look at for the way that we do it. So it's more of like, the saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we keep you top of mind and people cannot ignore you. Mm-hmm. They're going to want to unfollow you. If they were never going to buy from you, they're going to want to unfollow you, which is good because you don't want people not taking action, It's like shaking the tree.
Right.
But then the people that do follow are truly going to support and eventually buy from you. So we have like a med spa client. Ever since they've been doing a podcast with us, 2 of them have been fully booked months in advance now. And then they keep hearing from other people about like that podcaster, we heard from you from the podcast, or it's a way to get their existing customers to return. Yeah. So it's like, how do you measure that? And you can a little bit, but asking your question that you usually ask is, how did you hear about us?
Yes.
That needs to be in place if you truly want to track it. If you truly want to track the impact, but we can't do that because we're not fulfilling the service for the business that we do marketing for.
So is this going to be even when AI gets into the picture? Because
it already is.
Elon Musk just said yesterday on the news that eventually by 20 years that they wouldn't be work. You wouldn't have to work. So is AI going to take your job? Is AI going to take all these jobs away from people?
I love that question. I ask that all the time, but what do people really want?
I know what they want.
What do they really want? Connection.
Yes.
Right?
And they're not going to get it.
And they're going to be so unsatisfied. Or here's the alternative. Let's say that actually happens. Nobody needs to work anymore. What do you do when you don't work? Do you sleep all day?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, okay.
That's what they're doing. I mean,
and then we all sleep all day and then just die early? Is it going to be that depressing, or are we going to be like, hey, let's go live our life. Our robots are doing things for us. Let's go to Chicken in a Pickle, have an experience. Let's go bowling. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to actually create more opportunity on some other things.
But you couldn't go bowling because the people that runs the bowling alley's not working.
But the robots are.
Oh, the robots will be doing it, yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll know all the hacks and the promo codes.
Right.
And we'll be like, beep, beep, boop, bop, and then get a 100% discount. Even if I go along with it, I don't know if that'll truly happen. And he's such a visionary.
I don't even know how much more technology we can get.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, we're gone. Thank goodness.
Okay, so leave one last message then. Mm-hmm. Let's say we are actually in that world, and this is 15 years later when we see this. What's the one thing you never want people to lose touch on?
Well, I don't want them to lose touch on who created them and what they were created for, because God created them for a purpose, and they need to use that purpose to serve Him and to love Him. And I just think that they've lost that in the world today, and it's got to come back.
I'm lost for words.
10 years down the road.
AI's got all my... AI can tell you what I'm thinking.
But it's not as creative as you.
No.
Maybe not. Connection. We've got to stay connected. People have got to stay connected. If you don't stay connected, what do you got? You know,
Even families.
nothing.
Families.
Yeah.
Families have been torn apart, and it's just sad because they don't have that love and that connection with each other. I think that's why the world is so unhappy,
Yeah.
is they've lost that
You know,
connection.
you know us. That's all we've lived for is our family
Yes.
and Christ.
Yeah.
We kind of worry about our younger generation, our great-grandkids. We've got 42 great-grandkids, Jared, now.
Yeah. I don't even know all of them, probably.
Neither do I.
42. And our oldest great-granddaughter just got married.
Yeah.
And now we could have great-great-grandkids if the Lord tarries and we live a few more years. But we're just thankful to God that we lived in the generation that we lived in. And I know that He'll get our kids through their generations too, because they know Him. And so we just trust God to see us through all of that.
And I want to leave you with some peace of mind a little bit,
Yeah.
because as you all have raised your kids and then in turn raised me, you've done it. Well done, as Jesus would say. You did it. Because I'm here and I'm not scared. Because I know that even though I walk through the darkest valley, I'll fear no evil.
Amen.
Right?
God is
Yeah.
with you.
And this is a fruit of you all. It's a testimony. And I just want to encourage you to have some peace, even though you don't feel like you're fit for the new age that's here. I feel like I'm fit to adapt and lead through it. And the world will get worse, but the world will also get better too. And,
If it
and
keeps good
Jesus
people.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm saying because I'm here, and then watch I get in a car wreck or something. It's like,
Yeah.
hope,
No.
hope not. But
No.
but I know that that's the way we're raising our kids. You have good grandkids. There's a lot of good in the world that is happening because of you guys.
Well, thank you.
I just want to thank you publicly on the air. Let the world know I have the best grandparents.
We
I
fooled
wish
you.
that was true.
You fooled me. But, wow. Okay. Anything else you would like to add, or are you good?
We just love you, and we wish the best for you, hon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening. And this one's been a special one, very special. I hope that we get so much attention on this video because it's not just about marketing, but it was about what really matters in life, really. And it was really cool. Thank you. We need more of these kind of things out there. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, do it all for the glory of God. Keep doing the reps and keep on keeping on.
Amen.